Being a blade, it's a way of life. We work hard, play hard, no egos, just desire. We've come a long way. But the journey is far from over.
Well, with the news that Chris Wilder's leaving Sheffield United today, leaving them 5 points adrift at the bottom of the table, I think it's time for us to start a series with Sheffield United, see if we can do better than Wilder's best season, which was last year. The challenge is a one-season playthrough with Sheffield United, where no signings are allowed, so we're just going to use the players that are there. Basically, it's a tactics-only challenge just to see what we can do, whether it was Wilder's fantastic tactics that kept them where they were last year, or whether the players have got the pedigree to be up there with the top dogs in the top half of the Premier League. To measure the success of the challenge, what we're going to do is basically see if we can beat their best position, which was last year, and it was when they finished a very admirable 9th place. Last year was, for me, fantastic for Sheffield United. I don't think any fan could have dreamt of the way that they started last year and finished as well. At one point, I'm pretty sure they were 4th and they were pushing for a Champions League spot. They finished 9th overall, 54 points, which wasn't bad at all. You know, if I was a Sheffield United fan, I'd been delirious at that. Obviously, they missed out on European qualification, which was a shame. It was only by 5 points. If they'd have won 2 more matches instead of losing them, they'd have been, you know, in the Europa Conference League now, or even the Europa League. It's not the Conference League, it's not started yet. Silly me. But yeah, we are going to do this over 5 episodes, which is going to be a little mini-series. We're going to do maybe 2 or 3 matches per episode, just because we haven't got stuff to talk about like transfers or anything like that. It's not going to be a story-driven one. This is proper Football Manager tactics. So if we just get into the squad, and what we'll do first, we'll just take a look at how Chris Wilder had them set up last year, and then we'll go from there and just get a little feel for the players, take a little look at the squad depth, see which is the best tactic that I feel, the best formation that I feel will give us the best standing to finish higher than 9th this year, hopefully. So we just take a look at the formation for last year, and just, I won't be able to fully replicate it. I'll be able to give a good guess, basically talk you through how they attacked and how they defended and how it was a bit fluid, who did what. So with the exception of Aaron Ramsdale coming back in because Dean Henderson went back to United, this is basically the same squad that Chris Wilder had last season, and it's basically the same setup. He played I'd call it a 3-5-2. On Football Manager it's a 5-3-2 just because the wing backs are classed as defenders. It was very fluid, so on the attack, when they were on attack, you had both wing backs go forward and they were kind of like left and right midfielders, and then when they were on the defence they just sat back then. You had Fleck and Lundstrom basically pulling the strings in midfield, running forward, making sure the midfield of the opposition didn't have a lot of space to play with basically, and then you had Norwood pinging the ball about like an absolute monster. And I remember Norwood when he used to play for Man United in the early CM days. He was a fantastic player back then. He was almost like a wonder kid. I remember signing him thinking he was great. Obviously they brought in Sanderberg halfway through the season, and he was a good player as well. If anything, he's a FM legend really. Especially on this one, he's pretty OP. As you can tell, 4.5 stars. He always goes to United. On every save that I've played, he always goes to United. So I'm looking forward to playing with him. But this is kind of the team that he played with. Obviously, you've got Billy Sharp and... where is he? Billy Sharp. And there we go, Ollie McBurney. I don't know why I went for Oliver Burke. They're both Scottish. So you had Billy Sharp and Ollie McBurney used to go up front as well. Obviously, he's a tall lad. He's quite strong. Play to his strengths. If we take a look at the team itself in terms of squad depth, I'll start from the goalkeeper and then go forward up through the team basically. Aaron Ramsdale is the best keeper, 3 stars. We've then got Wesley Fotheringham and Simon Moore. So it's not too bad in the goalkeeper department. I'm quite happy that Aaron Ramsdale is there. He's a decent player, plays really well. 3.5 star there, so there's a bit of a mismatch. Probably because he's been playing goalkeeper, or we'll probably change him to sweeper keeper, to be honest, just because that's the way I like to play. So sweeper keeper, I do like it because they usually, whenever a ball comes over the top, they're there just to pick it up from this little area here, so it's always good. We've then got defenders, and defenders, I'd say they're quite nice. And then I've just seen Phil Jagielka is my 4th best defender at 37, with not too bad physicals. I mean, I thought he'd be a lot worse than that. His acceleration and pace isn't too bad for a 37-year-old. He'll do a job. But the three in front of him, Bashir Megan and Jack O'Connell, are very nice. Jack O'Connell is, for me, probably the best one that we've got. He's definitely the best ball-playing defender. So I think he'll be playing probably in the middle, pushing forward just a little bit, just to spray the ball about. Obviously then we've got the 2 wing-backs. Now I need to make a decision on this, whether or not I play them as wing-backs or bring them back a little bit and go a bit more defensive. Depends on the team really, whether against Liverpool and United, obviously they'll be pulled back. If we're against teams like West Brom, Fulham, they'll be pushed forward. Probably on attack as well. So you've got George Baldock. Very nice crossing, decent crossing, nice acceleration and pace, so he can get forward, get back pretty quickly. Good work rate, what we like to see. And then Ender Stevens, again, basically a carbon copy of George Baldock if you look at the stats. Once again, decent pace and acceleration, he can get back. Same work rate, he literally is just a carbon copy. If you just did a copy paste, changed his position from right back to left back, that's what they've done. So yeah, we're quite nice. If either of them get a injury, I'm not too worried about on the right, because we've got Jayden Bogle. He's okay. He's got lots of potential, which is lovely. On the left, not too good. I expect to see Jack Robinson. There he is, but it's not as good as I thought he would be. Decent 3 stars, but you can only really play left back. I might need to try and push him into the wing back. His pace and acceleration worries me a little bit, because again, if we're playing quite offensive, if someone throws it over the top or to the wing, is he going to get back quick enough? We'll find out. We've then got the midfield, and the midfield is stacked, and I love the midfield. This is a properly stacked midfield. You've got Oliver Norwood, Chris Basham, Lundstrom, Sanderberg and John Fleck. Now that, as a football manager, is a lovely bit of selection. That is a selection headache that I want. I've got 5 really good midfielders, and I need to pick 3 of them, maybe even 2 of them, and push one forward. I might even play Sanderberg in the attacking midfield role, just as an advanced playmaker maybe. He's got the stats for it. My only worry is that these are 3.5 star. How do they compare to the rest of the league? Because it goes on your team, doesn't it? If we look at the strikers now, again, we've got a decent selection. David McGoldrick, I think somebody's definitely fanboying about him with these attributes. I wouldn't say he's that good, to be honest. If we take a look at his goal scoring history, he scored quite a few for Sheffield United in the Championship, which is nice. But, 6, 5, 4, 7 in the Championship's not too good, and 2 in the Premier League last season. But he still managed to get 13 finishing, 14 composure. Yeah, take from that what you will. We've then got Lys Mousset, probably going to be my first choice striker. Very nice, really good physicals, really nice work rate. Obviously going to either be a advanced forward or a pressing forward for me, basically. Then I've got a bit of a selection headache between Ollie McBurney. Do I play him as a target man? Do I play him as a deep line forward? Do I even play him? I do like Ryan Brewster, being the fact that he's ex-Liverpool. My dad's a Liverpool fan, most of my family are Liverpool fans, so I've got Liverpool in my heart, actually. I do like Liverpool. And I just think he's really good. 16 determination, 16 flair. That flair is enough to say that he can do stuff, basically, out of the ordinary. 3 stars. He's only 20 years old. If we play him enough, 4.5 star potential, could become the new Lys Mousset. Maybe even better than him. So you'll probably see both Ryan Brewster and Lys Mousset play. Probably not together. They're too similar in style, to be honest. And unless I'm playing like two advanced forwards or one poacher and an advanced forward, you're not going to see them. Billy Sharp, he's quite good actually. Billy Sharp, I've got to say. Considering the man's 34. Leadership 18. That's something that I really like. His mentals are fantastic. Physicals for a 34-year-old are quite nice. Pace isn't too bad. He's 5'9", so he's not really a target man, which is what I'd like to play because he's got decent attributes for being a target man. 13 heading, 13 strength, 11 jumping reach, which isn't too bad, but it's just that height. So he's probably going to be a deep line forward or a poacher, like I say. But yeah, so that's the team. If we just take a look at how I'd like to play. I'll just quickly make a couple of tactics now and we'll just take a look. Okay guys, so I've made two tactics. It's kind of hard to make a tactic for Sheffield United with this here challenge, the fact that I can't sign any players. Because of the pure fact, I actually need to change you around, don't I? Just out now. That's just because of the next tactic. Because the pure fact that we've got no wingers really. We've got Oliver Burke. He's okay. Physicals really, stump up that current ability. Because I imagine if his physicals weren't that good, he'd be like a 1-star. I mean, those technicals and mentals are awful, basically. And then on the left, you've got Ben Osborne. It's quite nice. Ben Osborne is nice, decent player. Could play him as a wide playmaker. Something to think about there. Oh, Jack Rodwell, didn't even see him there. But yeah, so we haven't really got much in terms of, left midfield, left wing, right midfield, right wing. So I'm kind of stuck for choice, really. So this is the first tactic that I've gone for. It's gone for a... it's not a 4-3-2-1. This is just a basis of a tactic that I use for the Blues. And it works really well because I'll get my wing backs forward and they just boot it over the top into the midfield. Into the box. And so whoever's there gets the red on it usually. So basically what we're going for is a 3-2-3-2, basically like a 5-3-2 I'll call it. And you've got the wing backs running forward doing an overlap. I don't know where they're overlapping, but they're overlapping someone. You've got Lundstrom as a Mazzala, so he'll help with the right wing basically. He'll be around there. McGoldrick there just to get the ball, and then Mousset just to chase down any balls like that. I'm hoping that this is a decent formation. Again, I've not tested any of this. I've come into the late pre-season basically, so I should be able to just get into my friendlies. I've only really got 2 friendlies and then West Brom. So I haven't really got a lot of time to test my tactics, which isn't very good obviously. But yeah, the second tactic that I've created is a bit more of a... You could almost call it like a spaceship really. You've got your wings there, and then that, it almost looks like something from Star Wars. So we've gone for a... I won't call this a 4-3-2-1 either. This gets me every time when I look at stuff like that. Again, it's almost like a 5, but you've got a deep line playmaker. So I'd say it's like a 4-1-2-2-1 there. That's what I'd say. You've got Ampadu as a deep line playmaker. Your 2 midfielders. Obviously your wing back still, which may be changed to complete wing backs. I don't quite know yet. Yeah, David McGoldrick's going to come off for Sanderberg as a shadow striker. Norwood as an advanced playmaker, so he'll just be sitting in the holes, passing it to Norwood or Merced, and then we'll just lead the line like that. This is more of a... It's going to be a narrow tactic, to be honest, so I might change these 2 round. I might try and halfway through the season train these to be inverted wing backs. So Baldock on the left, Stevens on the right, and that will really help this formation, I think, because then they can just overlap through the middle and we've got more options. So that's it, guys. That's the tactics as such. This is what I'm going to go for. This is probably going to be episode 0, so this will be not the first episode. This will be episode 0, just because I need to work out the tactic and stuff like that. This is going to be just the introduction of what I'm doing. So if you do enjoy this episode, please subscribe, please like, drop a comment. Bye bye for now.